Hello, I am Quinny. Welcome to the channel, guys. In this video today, it is Trophy Day. I cannot believe we have escaped that game week, pulling 3 rewards. We're getting 2 super rares today, and despite the tiers, tier 2 and tier 3, there's actually some amazing cards. We'll have a look at the prize pools, what we'll be fishing, what we'll be pulling from. And I also got unlimited as well, right at the very death. In no small part, down to the 3 heroes of Getafe, David Sorare, Carlos Elena, and Enes Unal. But like I said, guys, this game week was a bloodbath. Now, this was meant to be my best team, and it just fell apart. All Black conceded 3 goals, absolutely ruined his score. Dedrick Boyata started, but got a double negative decisive penalty conceded, error led to goal. And then Giacomakis come off the bench, was standing over a penalty, and he misses it. So, yeah, that team just absolutely blew up in a bad way. My second best team before the game week started, we got a DNP to Daisen Maeda, and I picked him over Kyogo here because Kyogo had DNP'd the last couple of domestic fixtures in Sod's Law. For the New York playoff game, I thought, you know what, let's just put all the New York cards together and we'll be able to enjoy it. We did a live watch along with Chris MLS Card Guy and Nashi, and Magno DNP'd, wasn't even in the squad. Heber started and got 28 points, and then Sean John conceded 3. It was a bit of a sore one in the end, so nothing for the NYC lads to finish the season off with. And in All-Star, guys, the first 2 cards I had run was Tani and Robbo, and I was like, wow, this actually might go really far. I might get a star rare out of All-Star. But unfortunately, Captain Forrest, Castellanos at Real Madrid, and Angelino just didn't really cut the mustard. So we're picking up some big Ethereum thresholds from this team, but no prizes, unfortunately. I did play my rare Mikey Johnson. I did captain him, but unfortunately it was just the wrong team and it never amounted to much. But one of the real stories for my game week, there was 2 little, this guy got a goal, this guy played, you know. The first one's Felix Nemeka. Now, as you can see, I picked up Felix about a month ago, and I think it was for about 0.05 Ethereum, very nominal price. And since then, he's starting to come into the team, and he's really starting to break through. The reason I bought Felix Nemeka is, of course, brother of Lucas, former Man City player. But if you actually watch him, I think he might be bigger than Lucas Nemeka, and he's a box-to-box midfielder. He got 2 goals at the weekend, and for an under-23 mid, you know, I'm quite excited to have him in the club. The specialist, I had double DNPs. List didn't play against Paris Saint-Germain, and like I mentioned before, with Daisen Maeda, he DNP'd as well. The limited teams all had kind of similar issues in one way, shape or form, with either a wee bit of underperforming or a DNP or whatever. We had some really good scores across the board. The big disappointment for me this game week, if we go on to Sorare data and we look at our top order, Greg Taylor, I have a rare and a super rare, and I didn't play any one of them, and he brought in 92 points, which including the super rare multiplier, breaks 100 points, no problem at all, and then some. And again, the rest of these guys all scored really well. We're all in quite good teams, except for Soler. I didn't opt to play him in the end. I think I just shat it at the end. And Palaversa was the other one who has finally got an appearance for Troyes. He came off the bench, I think, and he scored against PSG. Maybe got an assist, but he got decisive. Yeah, he got a goal. So another U23 mid that could be popping out of the woodwork, and again, he still trades for a really nominal amount. His super rare, last I checked, was about 0.2. After the goal at the weekend, that might be relisted or whatever. But so yeah, so some green shoots from some of the background characters at FC Barcelona. An underdog super rare, Rio Hatate captain, my lucky Kyogo that I won, and then Carlos Elena joined together, and they managed to drag Matthias Cunha along for the ride. They're picking up a tier 3 super rare for me. It says here tier 2. Let me just check that. Yeah, it is a tier 3. Now, this prize pool is huge, and there's a lot of rubbish players in it, to be honest with you. But I see super rare James Forrest, Yangel Herrera, Ben Gibson could be decent. Nicholas Stark, friend of the channel. Another Carlos Elena would be fun. It feels like I've been scrolling through this pool for about an hour. I could have swore when I looked at this last night, I found Bernabe in it quite easily. I don't know if that may have been the tier 2 pool when I'm losing my marbles. Maybe there is no Celtic cards other than that Forest in this super rare tier 3. But I could have swore there was a Bernabe and maybe somebody else like that in this pool, but I don't even see them now, so who knows. So let's hope these guys get us a good tier 3. And Specialist Super Rare, Craig Gordon is picking up a debut reward for the club. Pablo Maffeo gets sent off and he still managed to be part of a winning team. Amadou Haidara off the bench with a goal. Brais Mendes doesn't do less than 60, you know that. And Enes Unal broke 78 with a goal. Now bear in mind, for the last team you just seen and this team, there is no multiplier for them being a super rare card. These scores are raw SO5 scores that they've pulled in. There's no multipliers kicking these up or anything. But we're going to get a tier 2 out of this. Now, this tier 2 pool is actually pretty tasty. So we're finishing 19th, okay? So we're in the bottom 25% or so of the tier 2s you would expect to win out of this. But this pool is very deep and the quality is very, very good. Stella Sandro, Eric Martel, Maxence Lacroix, if that's how you say it, Mickey Van de Ven, Dylan Levitt, very... Sven Mignan, very good top end of this. Nicholas Raskin, Connor Barron. You know, these tier 2s at the top end, very good. But there's some other guys I'm interested in a bit further down, which is a bit more likely. Jose Maria Jimenez, he's injury prone but attractive in terms of SO5. Carvajal, Tag, Grisha Promo, Sally Ozcan, Eo Tanaka, Laszlo Klein-Heisler, Greg Taylor, Liam Scales, Odilon Cosinu. I've won him before, so I might get him again. That's kind of happens on this, doesn't it? Jackson Irvin, he's my favourites list. I wouldn't mind winning him. Bernabe, there he is there. So I wouldn't mind winning a Bernabe from a tier 2. That would be lovely. Just to kind of handcuff my Taylor. Because then I would have played Bernabe over, and it wouldn't even have mattered actually, over the Maffeo, I was going to say, before his red card, but he'd have been a 0, so that would have been worse. Ken Sema, Pione Sisto, I wouldn't mind either one of them, because I kind of know who they are and what they're about. Same with Fran Beltran and Hugo Guillamon, very useful cards if I was to pick them up. But I know Keaton Parks, David Klassen, interesting to see them down here. Geiger, Lewis Ferguson, Mitchell Baker, some really good tier 2s in here. There's Tony Watt and Santi Bueno, really good cards there. And I'm sure I seen Moritz Jens in here as well. I could have swore where I seen Taylor and Bernabe, there was also a Moritz Jens super rare. There's a Felix Nemeka super rare. Pablo Mari, I wouldn't mind that either. So, yeah, the tier 2 pool, we could go on forever. I think it's a very good pool, actually. There's a lot of good talent in it. And, you know, we could get lucky quite easily. And then the third card we're picking up is from Specialist Limited. Now, I got this totally right. We had Max Arnold is the filling of this sandwich, but the top part of the sandwich, the NYC attack, was an absolute write-off. And I didn't even think this was capable of getting a card, but Soria, clean sheet, penalty save, 99 pointer without any XP multipliers or anything like that. Him and Arnold almost done it by themselves, really. So we're going to get, I think it's a tier 3 limited. We're at the very back end of the prize pool here. We're in the top 1,500 out of 12,000. So I don't really care the quality of this because it's really a nothing prize. Without any further ado, guys, let's see what we get. Now, we'll open the E first, right? So this is for the team that had Robertson and Tanny in it. Once we break 250 points on fantasy, we get $50 of Ethereum, and that's it there at current exchange rate. This is the Tier 3 Limited. Okay. Are we ready? It's going to be rubbish. It's German, a defender for Rostock, Nico Neidhart, okay, number 7, okay, a number 7 defender for Hansa Rostock. That could be funny. Neidhart? Neidhart? How did you spell it? There he's there. It's limited, it's worth 50p. It's limited, is worth 50p. Here, man, this guy's an underdog card, eh? That's the old throwaway. Well, he looks happy to be in the club, doesn't he? Welcome to FC Barcelona. And the Rostock kit is kind of nice as well, by the way. So, yeah, welcome to the club, buddy. What will we start with? The tier 3 or the tier... I think we'll start with the tier 3, okay? So, this is the team that the Kyogo Furuhashi, my Celtic card, the Rio, and the Carlos and Lena dragged the Matthias Cunha over the line with. What do we see? What do we get? It's a super rare. He's from Brazil. He's a defender. He plays for the Rapids. Lucas Esteves. Also U23. Now, guys, you know me. I love my MLS. But this is not a kid. Lucas Esteves. This is not a kid that I'm up on. So I'm a wee bit excited. I just changed it the last second. I'm a wee bit excited here. Lucas Estevez. His rare doesn't go for fuck all. His scores... Yeah, they could be worse. They could be worse. I think his problem is he's in, out, and shake it all about. Fullback problems, really. Not one I'm... yeah, not one I'm that excited about. But hey, we could throw him into the pile with the rest of them. And considering I did not think I was going to be winning anything this game week, that's not a bad start. Okay, now, this could be a good card, right? So... I do want to... Right. Are we ready? Tier 2 super rare. There's a chance it's a good card, right? Let's go. For the top 20 in specialist super rare, he's English. He plays in midfield for Norwich. Isaac Hayden. I've heard of him. I did not expect... When I seen England there, I was like, there's no way it's Bellingham. There's no way it's Bellingham. Isaac Hayden. Nice, okay. Isaac Hayden... Former Newcastle player, looks to be currently of Norwich. Currently, the rare goes for an okay amount considering his L5s and 15s. He's a very much an underdog card. And yeah, he's not really... I don't know if he's just back from an injury or something. Or yeah, okay, so he was at Newcastle and then he's probably moved with an injury. And this is him coming back from injury and now trying to get into the team. He's got 3 bookings in his last couple of games. This AA score looks okay, minus the booking would break him 50. He's on a double-double, so 3 tackles. He doesn't have an attacking presence. No, 0 attack points. Yeah, no attacking output. He's just a kind of, looks to be like a defensive midfielder type Isaac Hayden. I didn't have him profiled that way. But anyway, we add him in. And it's actually funny because I was saying to some of the guys, maybe I wouldn't mind some D2 super rares. So I've got 1. I think I've got 1. Maybe I've got 2. But yeah. Decent haul, guys. I'm actually pretty buzzing. Coming into this game week, I've went for a team that is not tied to Celtic as possible. So we've only got Giakoumakis in here. Everyone else is expected to start, and maybe they do well. And then in Challenger, I'm going full Celtic. So I expect all these guys to start, and let's just cross our fingers and toes. I've just realised I've not captained Jota in that team. I don't know how Moyes managed to get away with the armband there, and I might live to regret that. I can't believe I think that was a last minute change. I can't believe I never captained Jota. And special super rare, Craig Gordon goes again. We're getting Kyogo and Rio. Basically, this is a culmination of both those teams you've just seen, but we've put them into one. But 5 minutes after deadline, it sounds like Haidara is very unlikely to feature now. So that team might be destroyed before it even gets started. And then this team just needs to pick up Ethereum for me. So what that means is I just need 250 points. But if Kyogo can start, maybe it can do a bit better. I expect Rio, Soler, Guardiola to start. And yeah, Champions League, Europa League is going to be the last midweek. I've got some limited teams as well. I'm not going to bore you with them. But it feels like once we've had this midweek out the way, we're going to get into like that final sprint before the World Cup where teams are really going to try and get every point on the board they can before their winter break or their international break or whatever they're going to think of it as. And we might see a little bit less rotation, or the rotation might become a bit more predictable over the last period of matches. So I think for SO5 terms, it is definitely a period to be very excited about if, like me, your guys have been suffering midweek rotation and having to juggle 2 fixtures a week. So yeah. Let me know down below what your big hope is for the game week. Let me know what you won this week, if you won anything at all, of course. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share and retweet and all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.